Hi, my name is Will Niethammer, and this should be my final semester at the ASU BMD program. Fingers crossed. My first degree was in informatics at Indiana University, and I graduated in 2012 there. I currently reside in Orange County, California, and I manage IT teams and systems for a cancer reference lab kind of pathology network. So what do I hope to learn or gain from this course? I want to learn about emerging trends in telemedicine beyond kind of the standard patient, physician, primary care kind of checkup setting, which is naturally where a lot of our minds go to. Why am I interested in telemedicine? Being in IT, I'm probably going to have to support some of these systems in my career. We already have a little bit of a taste of telemedicine going on in the form of telepathology, like whole slide imaging, so I can show a picture of a slide to a doctor at a remote site, and they can make a diagnosis based on that, or guide testing workup, based on that picture. So kind of more along those lines, those niche, more nuanced applications of telemedicine. What surprises you? Something that surprises me a lot is that we've had really quality products in terms of telemedicine, kind of that, again, primary care exchange for many years. And, with some success, some adoptions, but really it's taken a global pandemic of this scale to really open up people's eyes and get them converted over and comfortable using this, both from a patient and a provider perspective. And I'm in that same boat as well. I think my company's been offering teledoc for 4 or 5 years, and I've just never really used it. So that's a bit surprising to me. We're very comfortable with FaceTime. We're comfortable with Zoom now, or WebEx, from business applications. It's taken this type of an event to really convert a good chunk of people over at a necessity. So what application or use case most interests me? Going back to the pathology perspective, we don't have a ton of direct patient interaction. It's really kind of specimen-centric. So really, how do I enable my doctors to render a diagnosis, make a complex diagnosis at a distance? They don't need to be in the same room as the sequencer or be in the presence of the physical specimen. I think that's really what most interests me. On top of that, kind of putting my futurist hat on, what does this look like in 10 years, 20 years? So kind of taking that Internet of Things approach, maybe in a future kind of more Willy Wonka type world, we've got patients monitoring their health care, their metrics themselves. We've got really cool diagnostics we can send home with a patient, and they're doing a finger prick, and we're transmitting information back to our doctors, and we can, do liquid biopsy testing that way, or we can do, adverse event monitoring, or we can see how a patient's reacting to drugs, and if we're giving the right drug or in the right increments at the right frequency. So all of those things I think are going to be opened up with this Internet of Things type approach with, our healthcare is really technology driven and it's all interconnected. And what is the most important healthcare trend driving telemedicine? I don't want to sound like I'm dogging on the primary care experience and that relationship through some sort of teleconferencing thing. That is absolutely the most important trend in my mind. Anywhere that you can enable that many people to have more access to healthcare, you're removing barriers like transportation or calling off of work or finding, childcare. You're pulling people out of the ERs when they shouldn't be there, and they're saving money that way. Really, we're raising that floor, putting everybody on an equal playing ground, and we're going to see much more frequent interactions with healthcare providers. We're going to see better patient engagement. We're going to see more adherence to instructions from your physician, because you're having those frequent touch points and you're not scared about the bill that might be coming, because this is ultimately a much cheaper path forward for healthcare. So it's really cool. We're at the front end of this trend. So we all, as students in the BMD program, potentially have the ability to influence this really cool emerging technology that's going to drive this paradigm shift and bring healthcare to a lot of people who might not have quality healthcare right now. So with that, looking forward to the semester. Hope we have a great time and see you in class. Thanks.